Hello, my name is Mary Ellen Pierce, and I'm Director of Artistic Development at Royal Star Theatre, located in Jamaica Estates, Queens. Today, we are going to introduce a new program that we're going to be doing virtually. But first, I would like to introduce you to Alex Jameson, who is Vice President of Royal Star Theatre. Hi, Alex.
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Okay, I'm glad that everything is going well with you.
Yeah.
You've been working all this time?
I've been working. I am an essential worker and it's been pretty intense, but my work is rewarding.
Well, I want to thank you for working with the young kids at the hospital. And we all need essential workers, otherwise we wouldn't have been getting through this time.
True.
So why don't I tell our audience why we're here today?
Sure.
Well, first of all, I think I have seen you more virtually within the last couple of months than I have seen you in person. I think at the beginning of the year, maybe I saw you twice.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing you almost every week at our Royal Star Theatre board meetings.
Yeah. I mean, I'd much rather be on stage or even just hanging out at RST, but this is the way of the world now.
Absolutely. Because of COVID-19, it seems like virtual communication has become the new norm. Graduations now are virtual, and seeing friends like this has become the new norm.
Absolutely. And, Royal Star Theatre has a lot of young members who are graduating this year. So we wanted to take some time to acknowledge their milestones, celebrate with them, and showcase their talent. So Mary Ellen, you came up with this amazing idea. Do you want to tell us a little more about this series?
Sure. So we're going to have a series of showcases. First, we're going to feature our graduates from college. We're going to be interviewing J.K. Larkin and Tara Mangione. First, we will be having an interview, and then they will be sharing with us their talent, singing a song of their choice. And then later on, what are we going to be doing?
Yeah, everyone out there can stay tuned for more showcases like this. Our next will be highlighting another graduate plus some young members who were nominated for Josie's for their performance in Newsies. So yeah, I think this is so exciting.
Well, I can't wait to see and really talk to all of the young performers that are going to be part of this showcase.
Absolutely.
So hopefully the next time I see you is not just virtually. But in the meantime, everybody out there, stay tuned to Royal Star Theatre Young Performers Showcase.
Hello.
We are now recording at this point. So hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, everything sounds great.
Good. All right. So how have you been doing just in general?
I've been doing okay. I've been back in Manhattan, moving out of my apartment and getting my resumes all together for when the job field opens back up.
Great, great. So as you know, you are the first one being interviewed in our Royal Star Theatre Young Performers Showcase. And we have chosen a few people because they have reached a special milestone in their lives. All right. You have recently graduated from college?
I just graduated from Marymount Manhattan College with a BA in directing and theater performance and minors in dance and drama therapy.
Okay, we'll be talking to you in a little while about your college and what it's been like the last couple of months. But to begin with, we want to know, how did you first hear about Royal Star Theatre?
Well, my parents were always very involved in community theater. So from a very young age, I had been exposed to so many of the people that were on the original board for Royal Star that when it first started up, I was one of the first people on board. I was involved in the first show that Royal Star did, Broadway Around the World. I've been involved in a number of productions ever since.
All right, so let's talk about that first production. Did you have to interview, audition? What did you have to do to get involved with the first production, Broadway Around the World?
Yeah, so the first show was a review show that we took songs that were about different locations from different Broadway shows and put them into a review. It was very ensemble based. I auditioned. I was one of the performers in it. I was one of the featured soloists and sang Santa Fe from Newsies, New York, New York from On the Town, and it was a great production.
Have you been involved in other shows at RST? And if so, what capacity?
Absolutely. I don't even have a count at this point because it's been so many, but I know I was involved in that one. I was in Little Women. I assistant stage managed Side by Side by Sondheim, and I've worked concessions and intermission tabling for a number of other productions.
Let's go back to Little Woman. What role did you have in that? And what was it like to be involved in that production?
It was amazing. It was my freshman year of college. I played Lori, who's Joe March's love interest. It was a great show, very small cast. We all got to know each other very well, and I think it was a hit.
Now, that was a couple of years ago. Have you kept in touch with people from that production or earlier productions that you've been involved in?
Oh, absolutely. Broadway Around the World's a great example of this. My 4 best friends in the whole world and I all met while doing that show together and have been in very close contact for the last 5 years since.
So would you say that Royal Star Theater gives you a place not only to show your talent, but a place to meet great friends?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your last year at college. You've majored in theater arts, is it? But you have other minors?
Yeah, so the way the program works at Marymount is you have a major in theater arts, and then there's multiple concentrations you can choose from. So I did the theater performance and the directing concentrations, and then had minors in the dance department and in drama therapy, which is a blend of the theater and psychology departments.
Sounds like you've been busy.
I have been, yes.
So now with this COVID-19, how were you affected in any way, especially with your college career?
Yeah, well, this last semester was not a great one for this to happen. We had our graduation pushed back to hopefully this coming October, and all the seniors who were performance and directing majors were supposed to have a showcase in front of a panel of agents from New York City, and that had to be pushed back as well. So it's affected us in some deteriorating ways, I would say.
Now, did you have a show scheduled besides the showcase during the spring?
Well, I directed my senior capstone project in the fall, luckily in person. This spring, I was involved in 3 productions. One was one of the last plays at the Secret Theater before it unfortunately closed a couple months back, and 2 plays that I was supposed to be in on campus that ended up turning into Zoom showcases, readings, and all the likes.
So things that weren't on stage, you ended up Zooming.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, now how about your classes? How did you finish those up?
Classes were very interesting. I had one performance-based class and a few general college courses. And the performance-based class in particular, since it relied so heavily on scene work with partners, on working in some type of space, we got very creative with how we were using Zoom and iMovie and all the likes to make sure that we were still learning new mediums all the way.
Wow. So it was a little bit of a challenge at the beginning?
It was definitely a challenge at the beginning.
How long did it take you to get used to this style?
I think that once I changed my mindset from this is a theater class to I can use this opportunity to learn film more effectively, to understand behind the camera work and all of that, it got much easier. It was a frame of reference change that needed to be made, I think.
Now let's go back to graduation itself. You didn't have a real graduation. Are they postponing it, or was it just virtual?
Yeah, our graduation date was supposed to be May 22nd. They pushed back any in-person ceremony that they were planning to have till Right now, it is an ambiguous late October. And on the actual day of the graduation, a lot of the faculty from the school, our school president, all got together, made a cute 15-minute YouTube video. They held Zoom senior awards the week before. So they did as much as any college could under the circumstances.
Well, but they are planning on having a formal ceremony later on.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
good. Always like to hear that, because graduating from college is definitely a milestone.
Absolutely.
So now that you have graduated, what have you been doing, or what do you plan to do in the near future?
Well, in the near future, like I mentioned, I've been working on many resumes for many different types of jobs, but I think the one that I've been working on the most has actually been writing. I've written 2 books in the last 6 months. Both were published by Amazon through Red Penguin Books, and I'm hoping to write some more until more performance opportunities start to open up.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your books were about?
Absolutely. So my first book was an autobiographical collection of essays, stories, and poems that were about a coming-of-age experience of my own, very autobiographical. And the second book, entitled Side Street, is a poetry collection that follows the linear path of one relationship and how the little side streets of our life affect the journey that we're going on.
Wow, you have been busy.
Now,
When you were a teenager, because you're not a teenager anymore, you were doing some TV filming on the local network in Nassau. Can you tell us a little bit about the show that you started, if you wanted to say, or hosted?
Sure. I was the host producer of a TV show called Realiteen, blending of the words reality and teen, where I had various guests on, and we discussed many different topics about the teenage experience and how one can cope with it best. That whole show is actually being turned into a compilation book, hopefully to be released in the near future. And then I have another show that I host produce called Yak Away with JK, which is a general interview show that I get to expose people and give them some more visibility about their work that they're doing on Long Island.
So with this film experience or TV experience and live theater, where do you think you'll go in the future?
Right now, in the future, theater has always been my passion. The second that live theater reopens, I will be the first one there. But for the near future, it seems like a lot of my work will be done behind the camera in this sort of capacity. Like I said, lots of writing, lots of filming. And I think that that's a really cool way that we can start looking at theater. And hopefully it will actually bring with it some new ways of making theater in the future that are safer for everyone and even more interesting.
Right. Recently, Broadway has announced they're not really opening up until January. So a lot of things are being postponed. For something that might have seemed only a few weeks, now it's turned into months. So with everything, one of the reasons why we're doing it like this is for safety reasons. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you were able to be with us today. In a little while, we're going to hear you sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But it's a different type of version. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Somewhere Over the Rainbow from Wizard of Oz is a classic song. I think everyone and their dog knows it. I've done this version, which is a more jazzed up idea of it, because I think that in this current situation that I'm in, having missed my graduation, unfortunately, the situation that all of us are in, where we're stuck at home, I think it's important for us to not only look towards the future, look towards what could be over that rainbow, but also to give it a little bit more spice and some optimism. So that's why I picked this version.
Well, thank you for being here with us today. And we'll say goodbye at this point, and our audience is going to watch and listen to your Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So again, thank you. And good luck in your future. And hopefully you'll come down when Royal Star Theater opens again for their next production next year. And here's JK singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
skyways, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops up way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Hello, everybody. We're back again with Royal Star Theatre's Young Performers Showcase. So today, we already had interviewed J.K. Larkin, who sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and now we're going to be introducing another young performer, Tara Mangione. So, Tara, are you there? Hi, Tara. Hi.
Hi.
So, in general, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
All right. So, as you know, we're doing these interviews with the young performers from Royal Star Theatre. And we have chosen you because you have reached a milestone. Yes, you have just graduated or finished studies at college.
Yeah.
What college was that?
That was Molloy College / Cap 21. Cap 21's the theater portion of the school.
And we'll be talking about that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
So what we want to know is, how did you first hear about and get involved with Royal Star Theatre, and about how long ago was that?
It was about 5 years ago, I believe, when you guys were just first starting out. I was in a show at a different company with Eric Nielsen, and he was talking about how auditions were starting for this new program for their show. And I asked him, hey, could I maybe come down and audition? He said, yes, absolutely, come on down. And now we're here.
And what show was that? Do you remember?
That was Broadway Around the World.
So did you have a particular role in it? I know it was a review and ensemble piece, but did you have any particular special roles in that?
I had a few solos. I was in a few of the ensemble portions of it. I had a solo in the home medley. I had a couple of dance solos, things like that.
So was that your first production, because it was our debut
Yep.
performances?
Yep.
All right. Now, have you done any other shows with RST? And if so, what capacity?
Yes, I did The Wedding Singer, directed by Amanda Bontoni, and I played Holly. And I also did Seussical the Musical, directed by you, and I was one of the Wickersham brothers.
Well, Wickersham brother, huh?
Yes.
So a little gender bender there.
Yeah, it was fun.
So let's go back to Wedding Singer. You had been nominated for Josephine Foundation Award.
Yes, yeah. So the Josephine Foundation is a nonprofit that they have their gala every year, and it raises money for other community theater programs, high school theater programs, things like that. And they have a Josie Awards at the gala, and I was nominated and actually won for my role as Holly.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So now let's get back to your school, okay? How had you been affected by COVID-19? Let's first start with your studies.
Yes, so we got pretty lucky in that when everything started shutting down, we were in our second half of the semester, it was only a couple of classes. We had our master classes, we had a lecture class, and pretty much all of them ended up working online. So we got pretty lucky in that we didn't have any of the harder, more performance classes online to do through Zoom. So it actually ended up working pretty well for us, at least through classes.
But how did that affect your, well, first of all, was your major?
I was a musical theater major.
Okay, so how did it affect those classes and any shows or concerts that you might have been putting on?
I was actually pretty lucky again. Our senior main stage was the weekend right before everything closed. And that was our main stage was Urinetown the Musical, and I got to play Officer Lockstock, which was really, really fun. But we still haven't gotten to have our senior showcase, which is kind of what our academic career leads up to. It's the showcase in front of casting directors and agents, just to try and get our foot in the door into the professional world. They so far have just to have it postponed. They're really, really trying to get it to be an in-person thing, no matter how long it takes. But we still don't have any updates on it yet. Hopefully that still gets to happen.
Well, good luck on that. Yes, because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing then? Anything artistically between, ending classes and now waiting for this showcase?
I've been doing a few little classes here and there. I've been doing some online dance classes, some online voice classes. I'm in a Facebook group that does readings every once in a while and showcases and cabarets. So we get to do that. I just try to keep my artistic mind always spinning. I'm always listening to shows. I'm always just trying to learn new things like that, take care of my body. I do a lot of yoga. I'm just trying to stay in the artistic headspace for when everything opens up back again.
Sounds great. Now that you graduated, what's your long-term goal?
I definitely want to get into performance on the stage. I'm open to some film and TV, but my ultimate goal is I want to be on stage for as long as my body and my career allows me to.
Well, good luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
As you probably know, that Broadway has already said that they're not opening until January, 2021.
Yeah.
But as you're getting ready for your career, were you planning to do something this summer artistically if it wasn't for COVID-19?
I just really wanted to get into the audition room this summer. I was kind of just going to almost take like a little, not like a break, but more like a hiatus. I wanted to get into the audition room. I wanted to hopefully get some sort of full-time job so I can save up. But I wanted to start auditioning in August because a lot of professional theaters they'll either have a summer season or they'll have like a full season, September to June. So I was hoping to be able to audition for those but unfortunately, that didn't
Well,
happen.
good luck with that. In the meantime, Royal Star Theater would always love to have you audition again when we open again next year with our productions there.
I would love to be back.
Thank you very much. All right, so now our audience is going to hear you sing in a little while. Can you tell us what song and why you chose that song?
I can. So the song is called I Say No. It is from Heathers the Musical, but is from the West End version, not the off-Broadway version. They added it specifically for that show. And I, not only do I just love the show and the song, you know, I love Heathers the movie, I love the show as a whole, but Veronica Sawyer has been a dream role of mine since I can't even tell you how long. She's just so powerful and strong and confident and just different. I really resonate with the song because it's just about, you know, I mean, it's about her saying no to murder, but it's more to that to me. It's just her putting her foot down and saying she wants to start a new life and taking control of her life and finally standing up for herself. And it's just, I really love the song. I really love the role. It's something I hope to do once everything opens up back up again. Hopefully that show will be running somewhere because I'd love to play the role.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us today and good luck in your future.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
All right, say hope to see you soon.
Yes, hope to see you as well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
You are a drug. You are a poison pill. I've got to kick this habit now, or else I never will. I love the rush when you would hold me close, but you will not be satisfied until my overdose. This is it, hit the brake, I am finally awake. Let me be, let me go. You need help, I can't provide, I am not qualified. It's not too late, I'm getting straight. I say no. Don't say a word. You speak and I cave in. You'll twist the truth again and dig deep down beneath my skin. You said you changed and I believed in you. You're still using me to justify the harm you do. This is it, hit the brake, call it all my mistake. Long as you let me go. You need help, I can't provide. I'm not Bonnie, you're not Clyde. This troubled teen is getting clean. I say no. Blame your childhood, blame your dad, blame the life you never had. But hurting people, that's your choice, my friend. 'Cause I believe that love will win and hate will graduate.